I'm your friend and brother, Duncan Sumchimba. I'm an author, I'm a businessman, I'm also a pastor. We are found at Zipsit Hostels every Sunday in the dining hall. You can find me there. I want to talk about business. I want to talk about how you can achieve your dream goal. How can you achieve a dream goal? That's a business in itself. How can I achieve my dream goals? You need to understand that in life we have different types of goals. The medium goals, small goals, and their dream goals. And usually our dream goals are very massive. Let's say, for example, you want to set up a business like ShopRite. That's a dream goal. You want to be president. That's a dream goal. You want to build a house that is so fancy, like those houses which are built by stars in America. You know, soccer stars, you know, musicians, those celebrities. That's a dream goal. Now, how do you achieve a dream goal while you are here on the floor, while you are this small? How do you achieve your dream goal? The beautiful thing about dreaming is that it is free. No one charges you for dreaming. Dreaming is free. It's very cheap to dream and it's very free. That's number one thing. So anyone can dream. It's better to run with a dream even if you do not have the necessary resources, the money, the capital, whatever that you need for you to achieve your dream goal. At least if you can dream, it's a starting point. So dream, because what God will be able to do in your life will be decided by the kind of dream that you have. The opportunities that you'll be able to take advantage of, they'll always be because you were able to recognize a particular goal, because it relates, you're able to identify it with your dreams, because you have had something at the back of your mind. The moment you see an opportunity, you'll be able to recognize it. This is something I've always wanted to do. So it's beautiful to dream because it helps you not to miss opportunities. For example, if you have always wanted to be a driver, that's your dream. Maybe that's your main dream. You keep dreaming, you keep dreaming, you keep dreaming. The day someone will be moving around that is looking for a drive, because that has been your dream, you'll be able to take advantage of that opportunity, and you're able to seize that opportunity because it has been part of your dreams. Now, imagine if it has never been your dream and you're not working, and someone is telling you that they have bought a taxi, they have bought a minibus, but they're looking for a driver. You are not working yourself, you don't have a job. You'll be able to help them to look for someone to be driving their vehicle, because it has never been a part of you. It has never been a part of your dreams. Therefore, that opportunity, you'll not be able to recognize it. So it's very important to dream in the first place. So you must have your dream goals. You've got to dream. It helps you to identify opportunities and seize them. So that's the beauty about dreaming. You know, when we talk about dreaming and recognizing opportunities because of having dreams, to recognize, it simply means to remember something that you have seen before. So when you have a dream, you have a picture of a particular future. The moment that an opportunity comes, you remember it from what you have had at the back of your mind, and it will be very easy for you to take up that challenge, to take up that opportunity and seize it. Now, if you have never dreamed, a lot of opportunities will be passing by because you will recognize nothing. You'll be able to see nothing because it has never been a part of you. It has never been a part of your dreams. So dream. Very important. It's like a woman who has never dreamt of marrying. Handsome men will be coming into her life, and she'll still be playing games. And those men will be walking in her life and going, walking in her life and going, because it has never been part of her serious dreams to get married. So even when serious men come into her life wanting to marry her, she'll still not be serious, and she'll still not be able to recognize such as an opportunity because it has never been part of our dreams. So how do you achieve your main goals, your dream goals? That's the subject. So I was just trying to lay a foundation that it's very important to have big goals, to have dreams. Very, very important. Even some people they even encourage people. For example, if you have a dream car, get a picture of it, put it somewhere where you can see it all the time and be looking at it. It's not witchcraft, it's not childishness. Each time you look at that picture, it sticks on your mind. Each time you look at that picture, it sticks on your mind. Before you realize, you start asking yourself questions. How can I do this? How can I buy this car? How can I get this car? You begin to have leads which will help you with steps on how you can be able to get it. When you have a dream house, get a picture of it, put it somewhere you can see it all the time. Think about it, look at it all the time. Before you realize, it will be so normal. There will be no fear. You'll find yourself doing things that pushes you, that gets you there. So it's very, very important to dream. Now, coming back to our question, how do you achieve your main dream? You have your main goal here. How do you achieve it? And you're on the floor. You're so little and so small. For example, you want to build a house. Let me give you some guidelines on how you can get there, because maybe that's your main goal. And you have very little money and you're doing a very small business. You don't even have enough money to buy a plot. Now, how do you achieve that main goal? You get the main goal and break it into small pieces that can be achieved daily. Get the main goal, break it into pieces. If it's building a house has different levels. It has a first point where probably you hear they are selling, they are calling for they're advertising for plots. You do not have money to buy a plot. The only money that you have is to go and pay to compete. Find that money, go pay to compete. Go attend the interviews. You have broken it into a smaller goal. By the time your names are out that you have gone through, you will have worked, you will have run around, probably you will have managed maybe a quarter. You can go to the council and negotiate and say, look, I'll be paying bit by bit. You will pay a quarter. They will accept you. They will not chase you. You have broken the main goal into smaller. You don't even have enough money to buy your plot, but you go pay. You started with just the money to pay for you to compete. And then you win, and then you pay just a little. And you negotiate. Life is about negotiations. When you want to marry, you have to negotiate with a woman. Talk to her nicely. It's negotiation. Business is about negotiation. Everything that you want to talk about in this world is about negotiation. Politics is about negotiations. You have to know how to talk to people, negotiate for what you want. Everything about life is about negotiations. You go negotiate with the council and you start paying bit by bit. You finish. At least you have a plot. You don't have the money to build a house. You don't have the money for iron sheets. At least you have a plot. Give yourself a task and say to yourself, every month you'll be spending just 500 kwacha. And each time, we have some random money that we usually have if at all we are working. In the middle of the month, every week, you just say to yourself, your wife will be preparing your lunch. You will not be spending money on Angry Lion. You will not be spending money 50 kwacha for your lunch. That money you'll be saving it, so that it goes towards building your house. And you started small and you started slowly. And every little money that you put aside, you buy a bag of cement and you're making blocks for yourself. And you're making progress. The beautiful thing about doing small things towards your main goal is that, let me give you an example. Where you buy a needle in the house when you are trying to make progress, when you buy a needle tomorrow you will not buy a needle, you will buy a spoon. When you buy a spoon, tomorrow you will not buy another spoon, you will buy a cup. So every little thing that you do, just know that there is progress. It does not matter how small it is. Every progress must be appreciated and it must be celebrated. So as you spare that little money, those little monies, and put them aside and buy cement, and it's helping you to move forward, as long as you are making progress, as long as you are moving forward. Martin Luther said, whatsoever you do, if you can run, run. If you can't run, walk. If you can't walk, crawl. At least whatsoever you do, keep moving forward. Whether you are running, whether you're walking, whether you are crawling, make sure you are not stuck on the same level. You are moving forward. Make sure you're making progress. It doesn't matter how slow you're making progress, as long as it is progress. What is important is you are on your way to your destiny. You are on your way to a place where you want to be. That's very, very important. I was watching on Facebook, I was watching a particular video. There is this kind of a woman who gets very little as a salary. She wanted to buy, she wanted to build a house. The first thing that she started doing is, for years she was saving money. I don't know whether she saved it for 5 years, because you know, this is a woman who does a job like that of a security guard, where you know your salary, first of all, before you get paid, the money is finished, and you are in debt and you are in arrears. You have not paid the rent, you have not paid, the money is already finished. You know, those little money is where you get very, very little. But from that very little, she was determined to build her own house and become a landlord. She said, from this very house, we'll be getting something a little, put it aside. That's what she was doing. So she managed to buy a plot. She started making bricks by herself. She went and did the foundation herself. She was cutting those costs away. You know, the main goal was to build a house. She was making bricks herself. Did the foundation herself. She taught herself, learned from people, asked people, taught herself how to build, and started building slowly by herself. When it reached roof level, she also asked. She was just determined. She cut a lot of costs. She did her own roofing, and she built a house, but a very low income earner. With determination. There's no mountain. There's no mountain that you cannot surmount. With determination. There's nothing that is impossible. There's nothing that you cannot do. I can give you examples and examples of people who are determined to achieve big things from few resources. What is important is determination to humble yourself and ensure that you fit into that dream bit by bit. The real secret is break the big goal into smaller goals that you begin to achieve daily. As you take those steps bit by bit, you are achieving your main dream. Let's take, for example, if what you want to do is to do a ShopRite, something, a big ShopRite, a supermarket like ShopRite. We don't have Zambians who are doing such things. And you know, those are South African owned. And I've been asking myself, each time malls are being, big malls are being built. First of all, these malls are being built, most of them are fallen. And the main leading shops there are fallen. So there is money going out from the malls themselves because the owners are foreigners. And the big shops which are running in there are all fallen. And money is being made, huge money is being, we celebrate, hey, there's a mall, hey, there's a shopping mall. We go there excited. We even leave our small timbers from our brothers and sisters who are doing those small businesses, and we go buy in those places, and the money is being taken out all the time. Now, that's not the subject. That's your dream, is to put up a big supermarket like ShopRite. Now, you might start from a small cantemba and begin to learn grocery business. You start from there. Start saving money. As you make profit, you save money. As you make profit, you save money. As long as your goal is to get there, Next thing after you save substantially, get into a smaller grocery. You move from Fikopa, it's like a little shop, Kantemba. You save enough with determination. You get to a place where you can now have like a small grocery. You move from there, you get to a place where you can now make it bigger. You move from there, you get to a place where you can now diversify for more income. From there, now you can buy land. Now you can employ people, can teach you systems on how that business is run. It's very easy how that business is run. There are things that ShopRite bring themselves into that shop, and there are shelves which are given to different types of people. Those who sell meat, those who sell chiwanto, those who sell this, those who sell that. They give themselves, and they employ their own people to come and manage those shelves. The only thing that ShopRite is doing, they have people there who are employed to manage it and on the tills, and they are making money, and they are adding some markup on those products by people who bring them. They have farms. You only make an agreement with them that they always stock their shelves, and on top of their price you add the markup. When you sell, you get your money, you give them their money. That's how you run a big a shop like ShopRite. That's how you run it. There are people who went to school just to learn systems on how to implement that kind of a business. But the most powerful thing is you must be able to learn to break it into smaller goals and start rising. Begin to achieve those smaller goals bit by bit. As you put them together, achieving them one by one, it's growing. Before you realize, it's a big thing as you dreamed it. So you start small. So you have got to learn to appreciate small steps. Every progress that you make, celebrate it and get excited about it. As long as you are making that progress. The real issue is determination, sticking to the plan, sticking to the goal. The other thing that you need to understand, which is very important as you are fighting, as you're working to implement that main goal, you must have the aspect of discipline. Because it can take you a while to get to the main goal. It might take you 2 years, it might take you 3 years, it might take you 5 years, it might take you 6 years. What is important is to be in the process of achieving your main goal. What is important is to be in that process where you're achieving, steadily making progress and moving forward until you get to that place where you say, this is what I wanted, and you get it. The most important thing is to ensure that progress is being made on a daily basis. And as you make progress on a daily basis, nothing is going to stop you. In Africa, we are used to being rich overnight. This is why we have a lot of corrupt people, because they want to wake up in the morning, they get into politics, they get into KCM, they start working for this company. All of a sudden, they have made a lot of money and they are rich. No, things don't work out that way. You must build your wealth gradually, steadily. You must build your business from nothing to something gradually, with patience, steadily. You're working on it. And there must be that discipline to stick to the goal. There must be that discipline to stick to the process. And you must be able to identify the process. That this is a process that is going to get me to where I'm going. This is a process that's going to help me to achieve that main goal, that big thing that I'm trying to do. And you stick to that process with discipline, you'll be able to get there. And that's very, very important. And when you talk about discipline of achieving the main goal, we are also talking about discipline here financially, financial discipline. One thing that I've learned is that every poor man, they have a hose which takes money out of them. Every person who goes down in business, every person who fails, there are certain holes. There is always some outlets. There are people who fail in business because their whole it's luxury. They want to live big, they want to drive big. Before the business is big, they want to be big, they want to look big, they want to impress people. Some of them, it's food. All the money goes towards food because they have to celebrate, they have to eat, they have to go out, they have to go to UK, they have to go to America, they have to go to South Africa, Cape Town for an holiday. From the little sources that they have before the business is even big. So you need the discipline to avoid all such things. You must be able to identify and say, these are my holes. These are things which takes money out of me all the time. Each time I have money. Some of them it's beer. Some people it's beer. Each time they have money, it's only beer that destroys them. It's only beer that destroys the money. Some people it's women. Each time they have the money, it's just women who come and the money is, money is finished. So you must be able to sit down and identify what takes money out of my life. What really scatters money out of, because you can tell when you sit down and look at yourself. Each time you have money, sometimes you can't even account, you can't explain. You had 100 pin, you had a 10,000. You can't explain that you did this, you did that, you did this tangible. Or you realize you had 10,000, the money is finished, and you can't point at anything wasteful, anything sensible that you did with it. But all you have realized is money has finished. So you must be able to identify things that get money out of your life. When you identify those things and guard yourself against with discipline, you apply what we call delayed gratification. You want to buy a beautiful car and look good, you say no, it's not the time. Right now it's time to build the business, not to build my image. You want to quickly do this and that to look good, to be up there. You say no, this has to wait. First of all, the priority is business, and you stick to that plan. And one thing that I've learned about great businessmen, they focus on how they can live on a very tight budget at home. They even change the diet. They plan everything from one up to month end. What they'll eat tomorrow, what they'll eat on the other day. Everything is well calculated. They live on a limited budget, very strict budget. They calculate cooking on everything. And they sit down and hold a conference with the wife and the children. But this time around, we won't celebrate as we celebrate. We won't be eating too much T-bone. We won't be eating too much chicken. We won't be eating too much this. Because we have the main goal. We want to be rich, we want to be successful. We want to build the business. So this won't be happening, this won't be happening, this won't be happening. Sometimes it might even require you to remove your children from the very expensive schools because you're trying to cut certain expenses so that you achieve the main important goal, which is to build a particular business and get it there. As I conclude, this reminds me of my older sister who is very good at discipline. She has built, I don't know, maybe 10 houses by now. I don't know, I might be wrong, but I think she's a single woman. She's a divorced woman, single woman. When she wanted to build these houses, she started saving bit by bit. She'll carry clothes on her back, tie them around her back and start moving from one office to the other. And she saved a lot of money. She'll be moving around like a mad person, selling things on her back. And people do not know she has thousands and thousands of money in the bank. There was this time around that they swindled her. She wanted to buy a plot, they swindled her. Again, she started saving. She didn't give up. Then she managed, she bought. When she started building, you know what she did? Each time I go to a house, and maybe time of supper, they bring in shima, they also bring umusalo veg. So in Nsamba, and then my hands are dry. Again, I wash my hands. I'm waiting. I didn't realize that she had made a plan that she will not be extravagant in eating. Sometimes they only have veg because she had a big project and it has to work. And she has to build. So that building project was a priority to her. I just saw how my nieces and nephews started laughing at me because they know I like, nice things. I like T-bone, I like chicken, I like eating good. So they knew that here, apana izandawa ankwaga, tabeshire, atuwe ne muna ni umusalo report. There's that laughing, I said, why are you laughing? That you are not eating. I said, that's the you know. Now, she humbled herself to a place where sometimes she could just have vegetable, no worry, watch a while. Not that she didn't have the money, she had the money, but she had the most important goal of building, because she wanted to suffer a little, live like a slave, so that later on she can live like a king. She did not want to begin by living like a king, then finish all the money, and then live like a slave later. So she wanted to humble herself. First of all, to be rich, you have to learn to humble yourself. Be like a poor man, live like a poor man in order for you to be rich, because it helps you to calm down and put things first. Put the most important things as their priority and humble yourself. That's how come she built as a single woman, selling small things. She has never done business with KCM or with government, these orders and contracts that we do. No. She'll move from one house to the other. She has bought herself a beautiful car. She drives. She'll just carry clothes and things, tie it on her back and start moving from one house to the other and selling. Now she has built houses. She has bought herself a car. She's living now very comfortable. Right now she doesn't just eat veg. Now she can eat what she wants, because at least she has achieved 10 houses. That's not the main achievement, but it had to take discipline. It had to take focus. That's very important. So in conclusion, you can break the many goals into smaller goals that you begin to achieve with discipline, steadily making progress, achieving it bit by bit until it is accomplished. It's all about discipline. Thank you so very much for listening to me. I'm your friend and brother Duncan Sumchimba. God bless you. I'm a pastor and an author. We are found at Zip Zip Hostels. Our church meets right there every Sunday around 9 hours. You can find me there if you're looking for me. God bless you. Thank you so very much for listening to me. Thank you.